Serj, can you please talk about the experience of putting this album together?
It's been a real learning experience and a strong positive experience for me making this record. Very organic. I have my own studio. I go in, record as I please. I have hundreds of songs and picked out songs that would lend themselves to my voice for this particular project, and recorded all the pianos and most of the strings, brought in a couple of string players, but I wrote all the string parts, and you know, kind of programmed all the drums, then brought in drummers later to play them live, performed most of the guitars, most of the bass, and synths and vocals, and, you know, pretty much produced it myself and recorded it myself and put it out on my own label through Warner as a distributor.
And now you say with this record, all success or failure rests with me. It made me realize that I have an amazing life and I'm getting to make a lot of my dreams come true. Talk about those dreams.
Well, I have dreams every day, every night, and you know, I guess you know, I love doing music, and it's become my my work. It was my passion, and now it's also my work. So I've devoted a part of my life otherwise to learning other things around me, whether it's the spiritual world or political world or ecological world. And you know, I have a lot of things I want to accomplish, but accomplishments aren't really important personally. For me, just to be is important, and to be able to enjoy this process of not just putting a record out, but multiplying the art of the source of that record and involving different people, different video directors and different artists, and, you know, website designers and journalists, and, you know, kind of enjoying the process and learning from the process. It becomes a whole experience rather than just putting out a commercial record.
And speaking about the unthinking majority, you say it is unlike any other song on my solo record, and meant to inspire collective action. What collective action would you like to see?
There's a lot of things. I mean, ultimately, I'd like to see some type of deep perspective, understanding of what civilization means. I think that we're all addicted to this thing called civilization that started 10,000 years ago, and we as Armenians have been at the front, you know, at the beginnings of that civilization, yet we don't know what we were before civilization, even as Armenians. We just know that we were, you know, we had multiple gods like the Greeks and many other cultures, but we don't know much about those times and where that true character of spirituality comes from. And it's always been important for me to explore our indigenous past, not just as Armenians, but as humans. Yeah. So I think, you know, we're at a part of the progression of things on this planet that a lot of radical changes are occurring and will continue to occur, and it's important for us to know where we stand.
Now, you mentioned civilization. You've said before, you say civilization itself is not sustainable, civilization is over. Can you explain that?
At the current rate of progression, based on overpopulation coupled with the accelerated rate of destruction of the world's natural resources, it's scientifically unsustainable. And
talk about the role that System of a Down played in your life and career.
In finishing civilization. I like that. That would be a good question. Yeah. That would be a great question.
Well, anyway, let's change it. Let me ask that.
No, what was your question? Sorry.
So the role System of a Down played in your career and in your life.
Well, your questions are quite general. You know, I mean, it's System of a Down's been my band for 11 years. It's launched my musical career. It's also my friends that I've played with and learned from and love and care for. And it's brought me to where I am today, to be able to explore the type of artistic avenues that I have been exploring, and to be able to, you know, have a platform of speech. And, you know, but System of a Down is not a brand. It's a collective of 4 friends that are artists that play together when they so desire, and I'm a part of that collective, and, you know, and my voice has always been a part of that collective.
What do you have to say about the current discussion regarding the Armenian Genocide resolution, all the discussion about the importance of Turkey as an ally, and how this is dominating the fact that the United States should or should not face the past, recognize, acknowledge the past?
I just said it on a radio station in Boston, is that, you know, I mean, you can't deny a genocide or a Holocaust based on political or you know, geopolitical expediency. It makes absolutely no sense. You know, there are other ways of, and you got to also claim, you know, if we claim as America that we're a democracy, then we have to look in the mirror and say, can we lie about a genocide or hold off its recognition for the sake of geopolitical or strategic, you know, military occupation that is unfair in itself? It makes no sense. It's trying to undo one mistake with another mistake, and it doesn't make sense. That's why a lot of congressmen are behind it, and the resolution passed from committee level, and I'm confident that it will pass the House, and it's got Speaker Pelosi's support. And you know, I feel like that, you know, there's always going to be an excuse. You know, we've waited 92 years, but ultimately, I mean, since this is an Armenian thing, I also want to go further and say recognition is not that important. You know, recognition is just one part of the just solution to the crime of humanity that it is. So, you know, if someone came to my house and killed my family, robbed my house, I'm not going to run after them for 100 years and beg them to recognize their crime. That makes no sense. I'm going to take them to court, you know, and I'm going to loudly request justice, you know. And that's what needs to be done ultimately. But obviously, we all know that this is the first step. So we got to keep the goal in mind, I guess.
Now, on the same issue, Secretary of State Rice said the passage of this resolution would indeed be very problematic for everything that we are trying to do in the Middle East. You're born in Lebanon, well, you care about the Middle East.
I'm scared of everything they're trying to do in the Middle East, and maybe it'll help them put their asses in their place.
Thank you very much. Thanks.